Hello everybody, this is Jake, your resident content cowboy here, yeehaw, and I'm back with another Pokemon Unite Best Build Guide. What is the best build for every Pokemon? Join me as I analyze their movesets, their passives, the best held items, and the best builds for each. Today, Crustle. Oh, Crustle, I often accidentally call you Parasect. Hey. For those of you wondering, yes, that song is available on iTunes. It is $7. I know it's high, but I've got to make some money back after buying all these Pokemon. I've gotten the chance to play a lot of Crustle when he was in the free rotation, and I know he will unlock right around the time this video is coming out, so I'll be able to play him even more. Crustle is a novice-ranked melee defender, and I think that's about right. I think he's a little trickier, actually, than some of the other defenders, just because you need to be good using his Rock Tomb ability, or you can actually kind of screw over your team. Let's start taking a look at Crustle's kit here. He turns into Crustle at level 4. You start with the choice of either Rock Slide or Fury Cutter. I think Fury Cutter is better for clearing neutral camps, but also Rock Slide is an area attack that you can cast at range, so either are fine to take it first. You'll get the other very quickly. If you're doing a jungle route with Crustle, I would absolutely start with Fury Cutter, but I could see starting with Rock Slide in the lane. The nice thing about Rock Slide is it does stop your opponents from acting briefly, so you can use it to make sure that you don't get swarmed in lane. At level 4, you evolve, and you have your biggest decision to make out of his moveset, either Rock Tomb or Shell Smash. They're both very, very different. A Rock Tomb build and a Shell Smash build, and the way you play it is not going to be the same at all. Rock Tomb can be very, very tricky. When used correctly, you can control the battlefield in some pretty amazing ways. You can deny enemies from scoring. You can make sure that your team gets KOs. Rock Tomb is extremely useful. You become a very tanky support character using Rock Tomb. It being the trickiest part of his kit, let's take a look at some situations with Rock Tomb. As you saw just a moment ago, I cast it just slightly too early and I was not able to hit them. Your Rock Tomb hits the enemy possibly 3 times. Once when the fissure moves through them, once again when the rock wall pops up, and a 3rd time when the rock wall finally goes down. You can see me casting it here. Here's a great example of what you might do with enemy Pokemon, getting them stuck inside of that wall long enough for your team to take them out. Here's the problem. If you cast it wrong, you block yourself out from getting to the action. Not only can you wall yourself out, you can wall out allies, you can accidentally leave enemies in when you wanted to push them out. There are so many situations where a Rock Tomb can go poorly. I think that's why I don't believe Crustle is a super beginner Pokemon. If you use Rock Tomb incorrectly, you are going to screw over your team. You can see me using it a little bit here to show what positioning would do if you put the rock wall up and then using it to push Pokemon back towards where you want them. They can't go any further that direction. They'll either have to use an escape move like an eject button or one of their abilities, or they will be stuck inside. My opinion is that Rock Tomb is absolutely amazing, and most of the time I wish the Crustle on our team hadn't chose it. Shell Smash is the other option. It's a buff. The user smashes its shell, converting a set percentage of defense and special defense into attack and special defense, and increasing the user's movement speed for a short time. This moves you around the battlefield at an insane pace. This is why Crustle can be so absolutely useful, going from lane to lane, objective to objective. I mean, just look how fast you can travel with this Pokemon. Your ability almost comes off of cooldown right when it's done being used anyway. Not to mention that your attack goes up when you use it. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Shell Smash is so unbelievably useful that it's really hard not to choose it. However, Rock Tomb is really incredible when you use it correctly. For new players, I would say go Shell Smash. I will show you the next move that you would pair with it. For more advanced players, I think Rock Tomb is probably going to be the long-term better choice once you really figure out how to use it in combat. Your next choice is between Stealth Rock and X Scissor, and let me tell you, never has a choice been easier than between Stealth Rock and X Scissor. That song is also on iTunes. That one is $14. I am bleeding money playing this video game. I just think Stealth Rock is pretty underpowered compared to X Scissor, not only damage-wise, but also utility-wise. I don't think Stealth Rock is the better choice. I think 99% of Crustle builds should be using X Scissor. Let's talk about Stealth Rock, though. The way this move works is you cast it out in front of you in a line, and whatever it hits creates an area of effect that has damage that slowly increases over time to the Pokemon inside of it. It's not bad for taking out some wild Pokemon, and once it upgrades, it does decrease opposing Pokemon movement speed, but the utility of X Scissor I feel like just can't be beat. X Scissor gives you a dash forward, you deal good damage with it, you hit people multiple times, you shove them, and if you shove them into an object, they're unable to act for a moment when shoved. This is just so good. Yes, you can shove them into your Rock Tomb, by the way. I'm sorry, I don't see a reason to pick Stealth Rock compared to this. This is too good. Crustle's Unite move is an interesting one. Rubble Rouser, you get a shield, only you, for a short time, and it leaves nearby opposing Pokemon unable to act, and it's a small radius, so you've really got to get up in there, and you deal damage to them over time. It's specifically when they are right around your body. That's when you are dealing damage over time. If you receive damage while this move's in effect, the move deals additional damage to nearby opposing Pokemon. We'll see some footage of it later. It's a really good Unite move, you just need to get right up in the action. Crustle's passive is every time the Pokemon loses a certain amount of HP, its defense and special defense are increased. Pretty cool. So the more you're getting hit, the more the ability is stacking. You can see I have 6 stacks, now 7 stacks from this Pokemon hitting me right here. The only thing that's tough about it is it's not like these stacks stay there. If I were to leave this encounter and head on back here to heal, you can see my stacks start to drop off right about now. And when I go to grab this berry, they fall off completely. When its basic attack becomes boosted, it deals damage to the Pokemon in an area of effect, and it decreases their movement speed. He picks up a little rock and smashes it. I think he's doing Rock Smash. As always, battle items are your choice. I've seen a lot of people run Potion on Crustle, which might not be a terrible idea. It does have a pretty low cooldown, but I run Eject Button on most Pokemon. But now that we're at battle items, it's time for the question of the video. So if you made it this far, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is your favorite Pokemon type? I'll let you guess mine while I sing this song. My favorite Pokemon type, I'm about to reveal it. This song will cost $21 on iTunes. It's a water type. That's right, I love water types. Held items for Crustle. I think there are a few ways you can go with this. I like the Assault Vest because if you're moving from lane to lane, that shield will pop up more often. It also increases your health and your special defense, which is nice. Buddy Barrier is just my favorite item, so I put it on just about everyone, and it's great on defenders. Floatstone I think is nice. Crustle is an attack Pokemon, so the attack does help him, and the movement speed helps. Plus, like I said, you're moving from point to point. You could become a crazy Crustle with some of these items. Another option for Crustle would be something like a Focus Band. I think that's pretty good, and your HP is going to drop, especially when you run into an encounter and pop your Unite move. Here's an option that I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but if you're trying to do a carry Crustle and get all the kills, KOs, cheese, you would want a Floatstone, Scope Lens, Muscle Band. Get in there, use your basics. This is definitely for that X Scissor Shell Smash build. I know that this is an option I've seen people run as well. I haven't upgraded my Rocky helmet, so I haven't spent enough time with it, but this could be really nice and very useful for a lot of defenders. Now let's take a look at some gameplay here. So this is me running a Shell Smash X Scissor build, and you can easily just get up in everyone's face. Also, your movement penalty behind an enemy goal is not bad at all when you have Shell Smash on, so you're able to really disrupt the enemy team. And that's what you're mainly doing with the Shell Smash X Scissor build. You're heading in there, you're breaking everything up with X Scissor, you're pushing things around, and you're moving from lane to lane really quickly. Here's another example of that play. As a defender, I want to be in their faces, pushing them towards my allies when we want to take them down and getting them away from my allies when we don't. So I want to make sure that that Ninetales can get all the KOs, and I happen to grab one for myself. Hey, I mean, come on, he can't be greedy. I can have one. One really nice part about this build is you have the speed to go from objective Pokemon to objective Pokemon. You can go Dreadnought back up to Rotom. You can help your team secure both. It's extremely important to secure these. You know, as the meta for this game continues to evolve, I'm actually starting to wonder how important it is to even take out early goals. It seems more important to take out some of these objective Pokemon and then start scoring when things are doubled near the end and the goals are closer to you. I know that's just a random thought right now, but it's something I'm trying to consider. I think organized team play might see things more like that, and mobility will be key. And Crustle has that in spades when you're using Shell Smash. Here's some footage from a build I wouldn't really recommend. This is a Rock Tomb Stealth Rock build. I just like this little piece of footage because you got to see me use that Rock Tomb to block off the enemies from coming to stop us from scoring. I think you can have a lot of really fun maneuvers like that with Crustle using Rock Tomb, but I just wouldn't use Stealth Rock as my second ability next time. I would use Scissor for sure. Here's another nice Rock Tomb example that Ninetales is going to want to leave, but it's got nowhere to go. Here's an example of using that Rock Tomb and Scissor together to pick up some KOs and also just disable the enemies. You can also use it to fight around your goal pretty well, pushing enemies off it, giving you time to get back to it. Eventually, you can use your Unite move. You can hold a goal for a very long time, long enough for Zeraora to come back and save you. It's situations like these big team fights, that I like Rock Tomb for a little bit more, because if you can get it set up in a really nice way, you can help set the team up for some really amazing team fight, full team KOs. So there you have it. The Crustle Best Build Guide. I think it's either Scissor and Shell Smash or Scissor and Rock Tomb. Both very good. I think Rock Tomb has a higher skill ceiling and is probably going to be better with people you play with more often. And you need to be good with Rock Tomb. Otherwise, you are going to be really making some people upset. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this Crustle video. That song is free. Thank you. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Mwah.